All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Let's all stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a roll call of the officers, please.
Guzekowski.
Here.
Jackson.
Here.
Rubel here. DeLand. Bowen.
Here.
Riley.
Here.
Lokers.
Here.
All right, we have the agenda in front of us. Anyone have any changes to the agenda? I think under old business B, we'll add office staff.
I'm gonna put Robin Hinkle in there also, that's the fire bill.
So that'll be letter C under old business.
Yeah.
Any other changes, corrections, or additions? All right, do we have a motion on that?
I will make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
All right, motion by trustee Bowen. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by trustee Riley. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries. Moving on to the presentation of the minutes from both the January 20th and the January 28th special meeting. Changes, corrections, or additions to that? All right, seeing none, we'll entertain a motion to approve as printed.
That's so move.
Motion by trustee Riley, do we have support?
I'll support.
Support by trustee Bowen. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none, that motion carries. Moving on to the consent agenda, we have disbursements totaling $557,905.53. Questions on any of those? All right, do we have a motion to approve the disbursements and receive and file the communications?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda in the amount of $557,905.53. Pay the bills and file.
I have a motion by Treasurer Jackson. Do we have support?
I'll support.
Support by trustee Lokers. Any further discussion? Roll call on that, please.
Guzekowski, Jackson.
Yes.
Lokers.
Yes.
Guzekowski.
Yes.
Rubel, yes. Bowen.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
I don't forget that last item in there under that communications of the MTA meeting on March, I believe it was for the 26th. So if you are going, we just need to know by the 10th, I believe it is. All right, moving on to boards and commissions. We have two for the road commission, the minutes from January 7th, the agenda from the 21st, and then planning commission minutes from January 27th. Questions on any of those? All right, do we have a motion to receive and file?
I'll make a motion to receive and file the boards and commissions minutes.
All right, we have a motion by Treasurer Jackson. Do we have support?
I'll support.
Support by trustee Lokers. Any further discussion on those? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. That motion carries. Moving on to public comment. Do we have any public comment tonight? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to new business. I have a rough draft it's attached at the end there of the budget. I tried to include as many notes as I could so that if you had questions, you could ask questions on those. Any questions or comments on that?
I just wanted to check, are we putting a cap on UHY for this budget?
Yeah, we'll have to, what I'd like to do is have a motion on that when it comes back up for renewal.
Okay,
And we should include a dollar amount with that.
okay.
Any other questions?
No, the other one I had, it was a little different, spread out a little bit, on each department. Like the 253, which is treasury, which jumps around a little bit. So, like you got here and stuff like that. It's all right, I just gotta turn more pages to get where I have to get the right answers, so.
Okay. If you have questions, just let me know. We can go over it, and if we need to adjust something, we can adjust it. So we'll have a public hearing first meeting in March. So we'll want to make sure that we have everything kind of in line there. So we've got about a month to get it all dialed in and ready to go. All right, moving on to holiday pay policy. Our holiday pay policy right now is kind of vague. You can see it there on page 107. It leaves a lot to be desired. So we wrote that. You can see that starting on page 108 through page 111. It just clarifies who gets it, when they get it, that sort of thing, because there's just been some confusion related to it. Had the department heads review it, they looked it over and thought it was good, so anyone have any comments on it? We had a chance to look at it.
The union contract states their birthday,
Yeah,
so
mhm.
that's why it's not on the holidays, is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's not much of a holiday to me, but
The girls asked.
hey, when you
me,
get
so
older, Well, the girls are in the union, so what's it matter, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
I just thought I'd ask,
their contract's going to supersede that.
yes.
Any other comments or questions? All right, do we have a motion to adopt the revised holiday pay policy?
I'll make a motion to adopt the holiday pay policy.
All right, motion by Treasurer Jackson, do we have support for that?
I'll support.
Support by Trustee Bowen, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. Moving on to ledger codes. So this was a request made after the last meeting. So if you look at page 113, you'll see a list of the funds that we have. Those are always the first three numbers of the account number. So if you go back to page 112, I gave an example of an account 101-171-702.000. That 101 is referring to the fund, which is general fund. So that should give some clarification, like when you're looking at the check register, those are going to be sorted by fund first. So you'll see what fund those funds are coming out of, which a lot of times will better explain, what that expenditure is. Page 114 are the departments. So for example, in the general fund, we have a lot of departments in the general fund. All of those are listed there on page 114. That is the second set of three numbers in an account number. So in the example we gave before, we had 101-171, that 171 is referring to the supervisor's department. And then the last five, or actually six numbers, are the actual account number. That's on page 115 and 116. It's kind of what the expenditure actually is referring to. In that case, in the example I gave, it was 702.000, which is wages. So that would have been general fund supervisor wages. So hopefully that helps you, keep that as a reference in the future when you're looking at expenditures. Probably give you a little bit better idea of exactly what it is and where it's being charged to. I'll be honest with you, they're not always right. Sometimes we have to make adjustments later on as we're going through our accounting. We're looking, go, oh man, that one's in the wrong spot, and we'll fix them. But for the most part, they're going to be pretty correct. Questions or comments on any of those? All right, excellent. Moving on to office staff. So we had a special meeting on the 28th. We did hire Raquel Ramo. We got her all set up in our email system. We got her set up in BSNA, got her scheduled for a physical, and then she called the next day and said, hey, I got another job offer. It's going to pay me more. I think I'm going to take that job. So we talked to her some more. She gave us an additional day, and then on Friday she called back and said, yeah, I'm going to go with another job. So we're back to where we were before. My recommendation is that I think we were, those of us that were here, I think we're fairly in unison with Molly Stevenson being kind of second to Raquel Ramo. And my recommendation is that we just hire her instead. Other thoughts on that?
I was just worried that she wasn't very like grounded. She kind of wanted to be on the go, lots of vacation. So I was worried about that with putting her in that position.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we selected
Right, I
the
know.
person we did
I
over
know.
her. I mean, she did say that she's wanting to get more settled down in her life. Obviously, when you start having kids and things, it kind of moves you in a little bit of a different direction, I think. At least it did for me personally, but each of you has your own experiences, so. But I think, I mean, she did interview very well. I mean, as far as her ability, I think, to handle the stuff that we would have for her, she seems to be I think she'd do well at handling people at the counter. I think she'd also do really well on handling very specific tasks that we might have for her. She did do some work for like the EPA and other things, so, she's very, very detail-oriented as well. But I really don't want to delay it a whole lot longer. I mean, we've kind of pushed this thing off several times, and we're kind of at a point where we really need to fill it.
Rob, George and I have been talking yesterday and today, and he did get a hold of, who did you get a hold of, Rob? George?
Who'd you talk
Who
to?
did you talk to?
Today, Career Connections.
Career Connections. We are able to get somebody.
The only thing is I read through her resume, she seems to be way overqualified. I don't know, with what she knows here, she's probably want way more than what we're gonna be able to pay, but
Well, she asked that question when we interviewed her the first time, and we did tell her what the pay was, and she was acceptable to that.
I mean the resume I got today from Career Connections.
Well, I don't think we can just I mean,
No, I would give her a shot, Molly, because she did interview well.
I don't think we can just, I mean, I think the complication here is that we're kind of avoiding all process and procedure and just grabbing somebody out of the air if you wanted to go with somebody other than that. I mean, it's.
I just asked them at Career Connections if they had anybody available and what the time length that anybody would be able to work. The one company I had said that we were too small for them to deal with. So,
Okay.
So we're at a position of the Molly one, which I couldn't be at that meeting, so I'm going. And the other person that you just turned one in?
George was able to get this from a temporary agency.
No. But I guess I'd have to go with the idea of you, the ones that were at the meeting. But you'd think, I'm gonna go along with it because I don't know anything about the one that I thought we were gonna get is the one you hired. And I looked over that resume real well. And, but unfortunately, something happened.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's what happens when you're out there, you're putting yourself out there, you're interviewing for multiple spots, you don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna get, and then, one comes, you wind up getting two offers in the same week. It's unfortunate for us, but, I mean, to me, I think if Molly's still available, I think she would still be a good hire. I mean, I don't think there's any question she can do the job.
Should we have a backup plan in case?
Well, the backup plan would be to refire, I guess, because at this point, I mean, we interviewed the people that we interviewed, and I would say that the three that we interviewed, as far as an interview goes, were by far the best three, so I wouldn't see us hiring any of the other ones. Then you go into, some other checks and things, and that's why you're down to two. But, I mean, we could bring in another temp if we needed to and hit the reset button.
Maybe that's not a bad idea. Bring in a temp and see what happens.
Trouble is not a lot of temps.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, yeah, I can see it might be an issue with Molly if she's got to go back and forth to someplace in the United States or just outside the United States. But I think she must understand that you can't just do that on a regular basis.
She's not doing it I mean, she's doing it, I think she had that conversation in our interview, and I think she's doing it once a month, where she just goes on a weekend.
So we're looking for a motion to go that route.
I would say that, and then I would say that if that doesn't work, then we see if we can have a temp brought in to help us in the short term until we can get some more interviews scheduled.
Well, I'll make a motion to hire Molly Stevenson.
Okay. Do we have support for that?
I'll support.
We have support. Any further discussion on that? All right, roll call on that, please.
Jackson,
Yes.
Lokers,
Yes.
Usakowski,
Yes.
Bowen,
No.
Riley,
Yes.
and I'm going to vote yes.
All right, moving on to Hinkle Fire Bill. Treasurer Jackson, you spoke with the individual, I believe.
Yes, I've talked to her. I haven't set up any payment plan yet because, and then I talked to Ed a little bit about the two engines, because she said there was only one engine there. And so, and Ed, in leaving last week's meeting, said, I'll leave it up to you, George, whether you want to take the cost of that engine that was just standby at the department off of there or not. And that's, I think, to be fair to the person that was, maybe would have got caught in a car in a fire or something like that. Anyway, but that's what I want to do. I want to take the one charge of $936.25 off of there and then go with a payment plan, the monthly amounts,
So what's the bill currently at?
$2,522.59.
And so we're gonna bring it down to what?
Well, a little less than, be about 1,400 or 1,600.
So we would bring the bill down from 2259 to 1,586.30.
What's that number again?
1,586.30.
Thank you.
All right, Treasurer Jackson, did you want to make that a motion?
Yes, I'll make the motion to reduce Robin Hinkle's fire bill from $2,522.59 to $1,586.30 and set up I'm gonna go with a 12-month plan to see if he can handle that.
All right, we have a motion by Treasurer Jackson. Do we have support for that?
I'd support it.
Support by Trustee Riley. Any further discussion on that? All right, roll call on that, please.
Jackson,
Yes,
Riley,
Yes,
Isakowski,
Yes.
Bowen,
Yes.
Wilkers,
Yes.
Rubel, yes.
All right, any audience participation? All right, we're going to move on to officers' reports. So as you already know, we were recommended for funding for the grant for the Black River property. In the meantime, Community Foundation has authorized Kim Harmer to help us write another grant that would be for development of that property. So those are due April 1st. I'm going to meet with Kim next week to talk about that and how we can get this application together. We do have to have a hearing prior to submitting the application. That one would be on the first meeting in March as well. So not sure exactly what we're going to do with that one. Obviously, the numbers and everything were pretty easy on the purchase because we knew what that was. The development's going to be a little bit more work to try to put it all together. But we will put it together and bring it back here, hopefully next meeting, so that the board can review it before the public hearing on the 3rd. But that would be, some additional funds to help us. And the way we scored on the acquisition grant, I would assume we would score very well as well on the development grant side. So still got a lot of work to do on that, and we'll see where that one goes. But I will be bringing that back hopefully to the next meeting as well. And that's what I've got. Clerk Rupert.
The Kimball Township Little League has sent in a contract for us to approve. Does the board need to, what did I do with it?
Yeah, we can just bring it back the next meeting.
Okay,
Because we still have
there's a
to
copy of
review
it. Okay. And at the planning meeting that I was at last week, we need to schedule a meeting for the Allen Road, a public hearing for the Allen Road Sewer Project.
Yeah, yeah,
Does the planning do that, or
no.
do we do
Planning
it?
has nothing to do with that.
Okay,
Yeah, that's something we will do once we have all of the numbers put together, once we have a tentative plan put together, which we don't have. We have numbers, we don't have a plan that people can review. We haven't met with bond attorneys yet, so I mean, there's a lot to do
Okay.
before we can even get to a public hearing.
all right, they told me to ask. And the DPW has a large project on Griswold, our transmission line for water that goes down Griswold, it's like 24-inch line, has a leak. And next week, we're gonna, probably at least half of the township is gonna be without water for about an 8-hour period. We're trying to collaborate the different companies that need to come in to help us put it together, because the guys are not qualified to work on the cement line. I just thought everybody needed to know.
Can we get all of the details of who would be impacted by that, just so that, when it comes time,
We
we
will,
can
we will be
post that
ready for that,
information.
yes. I can guarantee there's gonna be a boil alert for that one.
Okay.
we were hoping that it was from the tap to the house, but it's not. It's in the core that goes into the cement is where the leak is, unfortunately. And that's all I have.
All right, Treasurer Jackson?
Okay, I'm just gonna give a few figures on how taxes are running here. Right now, the winter taxes are at 67.9% collected. We picked up $36,519.11 in administration fees there. I'm gonna throw the summer one at you too, that we've got an administration fee. The summer one is 94.6% collected. The administration fee there is collected $59,016.53. Of everything that we've got going on, the lights are at 74.1% collected, the street lights. So most of those are the people that's got street lights have been paying their bills, so the percent's a little higher there. We've collected $71,714 for street lights out of $96,777.77. I won't go through the rest of them until we get down to past the 14th of February. As far as the financial goes, the cash distribution account is at $1,563,516.60. Check distribution, which is primarily yesterday's, is at $6,966.74, because everything's been distributed into the respective accounts that account is paid out of. Payroll, we haven't got accounts set up in the bookkeeping department. I believe that's what I'm being told before we can start using that. The public funds savings with the Grace Memorial Home is still got $18,586.58 sitting in there. The tax account, a lot's been distributed out, is sitting at $595,169. Trust and agency is sitting at $86,165.48. When the payroll gets set up, then that figure will go down along quite a bit. Utility accounts got $1,433,934.83. I've got that makes it the $3,704,339.23. I got updated figures today on the CDs. North Star is at the one at North Star is $273,358.79. The other one at North Star is $254,942.52. Advia's at $105,578.53. And Tri-County, which will mature in the middle of this month, right now is still at the starting point amount, but they'll add the interest to that after I'm gonna roll it over when it does become due here. It's $274,583.47. Total amount of cash available, if needed, is $4,612,802.54. I have that thing's on all the time. That's all I have for this time.
All right, Trustee Bowen?
Nothing. Nothing.
Trustee Riley?
Oh, nothing.
Trustee Lokers?
I just had two questions. One, to go based off what Megan said about UHY. Have we sat down with Tom or had any discussion with the accounting firm on his concerns of making things more fluid?
We did that
Okay.
4 months ago, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had a list of things that involved opening accounts and other things, and that's what Treasurer Jackson was just talking
Cool.
about. We're still opening
Awesome.
accounts, which takes a little bit of time.
And then
we have to
two-
set up the accounting behind that to make
Yeah.
it all work, so.
Dave Josifak came in and he was concerned about the activity that's been happening on his property on Lapeer Road. He asked me to ask you guys, Has Mr. Strockman stopped by and handed his paperwork in to get that whole project he wants to have running?
I wouldn't,
No.
I don't know off the top of my head, we'd have to look.
Because Dave's in Florida right now, and he's like, when I get back to town and it's spring, I don't want to have to deal with sand blowing all over my equipment and all over my property. So,
Yeah. I don't know, but we can find out.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Where's that one at?
Right past Taylor Road on the left-hand side. He's got a big wood processing
Yeah,
plant.
okay.
Anything else, trustee Lokers?
That's it.
All right, if there's nothing else, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I would make the motion to adjourn at 7:01.
I'll support.
All right, we have a motion, we have support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none, that motion carries. We are dismissed.